Senator Moran.
Chairwoman, thank you very much, and Ranking Member for this hearing. Mr. Nolen, thank you for being with us and for your service. Just a few questions. The MAX 737 tragedies highlighted the critical importance of better understanding human factors and their integration into the aircraft certification process. Can you say today that the FAA and global aviation community has a better understanding of human factors and its coexistence within the certification process?
Thank you, Senator Moran, for the question. Again, so we've made a lot of progress in this space. We are working, one of the things we've done, we're working with universities to help inform the work that we do. And particularly within your state, we have a project with Embry-Riddle. We have a project with Wichita State. We are looking specifically at human factors and human factors assumptions. As I mentioned in my opening remarks, we see the aircraft as a system, and that level of interplay when you put a pilot within the system and how he or she interacts, especially as we're seeing rapid advancements in technology, rapid advancements in innovation, rapid advancements in automation. So now, and we've also, as required by the Act, as we see new work on certification, we now require system safety analysis that our FAA team must go through and validate the assumptions made by the OEM. And in this case, we're specifically talking about Boeing. So any assumptions made about the technology itself and how crews might react to it from a human factors perspective, I think we're in a better place than we were, but this is an area we'll continue to work on.
Is the science there yet?
The science is there. I've spent the better part of my career, which is one of the things I've loved about aviation safety and being in the AVS organizations, which is where I started, which is where I'll return, is that I look across the arc of my career from my early days of flying Army helicopters to later on commercial, and I've watched the progression of human factors and our ability, and when we talk about man-machine or human-machine interface, we've come a long way. But we recognize we can never be static, and we can never take the lessons learned for granted, and we can see as technologies continue to evolve that our human factors, capabilities, and assumptions have kept pace.
Mr. Nolen, I don't know whether you and I should be nervous or not, but everybody else has left the room up here. Maybe that gives me more time. The Aircraft Certification, Safety, and Accountability Act, we authorized $75 million to the FAA to recruit and retain engineers, safety inspectors, human factor specialists, and other experts. I'm an appropriator and an authorizer in this regard. Adequate funding levels. I think certainly the key to success at the FAA has many factors. Leadership is one of them, but the leadership capable of providing a workforce that is highly educated, motivated, and trained. My understanding is the workforce at the FAA is relatively new, with a lot of turnover that's occurred over the years. Are you capable of, you've been asked this question before, but have we given you the resources to hire, and do those employees, potential employees exist, and are you able to retain the employees that you need at the FAA?
Well, on the first point there, Senator Moran, I want to thank the committee. I want to thank Congress for the support and the funding that you have given us, because it has helped us keep pace. Now recognize, and this is one of the points I've made to industry as well, we are all pulling from the same talent pool, ourselves, the OEMs, airlines, et cetera. But you've given us some of the authorities we have, like direct hire authority, our ability to go to universities, our ability to go to the industry itself. So we are attracting the talent. We've got to work for it, no doubt. So we are looking to say, is there anything else we are missing in terms of our ability? It requires an effort on our part. So it's one we'll continue to steer into it. To the extent that we need additional resources, we'll certainly come back to you. But I am encouraged by the progress to date, and certainly is one of my top priorities and one of our top priorities for the agency to ensure that we've just got that requisite talent that helps us manage our way not only today but well into the future.
I know from my own experience in Kansas, hiring and retaining employees is a huge component of today's economy. Let me see if I can get in the 18 seconds my final question. An integral part of the FAA is to propel innovation. We are supporters and advocates for advanced air mobility. While you have spoken recently about your excitement around AAM technology, the FAA has not always issued clear-cut guidance when moving forward, in my view. That has hindered the nation's ability to be competitive in this realm. Will the FAA hold firm on the path it defined for certifying these new electric aircraft?
Yes, sir. You have my promise and the promise of the agency that we will hold firm. We have a defined pathway to get there. It's one we've communicated to the industry. We've gotten their feedback that says they feel like that's the right path that we're on. So I believe we're in a good space with respect to new entrants. It's one that will just continue to work.
I appreciate that answer because I think there's nervousness that the changes may occur
Yes,
on something that's already been understood and agreed to.
Yes,
Thank you for your confirmation that that's not the case.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, and Senator Moran, I'd be happy to, I do think, Acting Director Nolen, that with an appropriator here, we want to make very clear that getting this law fully implemented does require the commensurate appropriation levels, and so we should just, for the record, make sure that we're clear about what that would take, and so we can get that in writing from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,